Hey, it's Kimberlee and welcome back to my channel. I make videos on all things lifestyle on a budget. If you didn't see my last video, Happy New Year. It is 2023 and we got to discuss finances. It's been a little bit of time since I've discussed budgeting. If you've never been to this channel before, welcome. It's nice to see you. I was tracking my budget a lot last year because last year in 2022, I finally paid off all my debt. I was on a huge debt journey and tracking it throughout the year, and I finally paid it off, I think it was like last end of summer. I was curious how much I spend in an entire year. If you remember from my other videos, I was using the Every Dollar app, not that you can see the screen, still using it, and I'm excited to kick off January 2023 because I'm gonna keep this going. I am a dancer, content creator. I work in the entertainment industry, so I have multiple streams of income at once, and it is really good to know where all your money is coming from and then where are you using it all. It is tedious work, but I've come to realize that I love crunching numbers, hence my planner. I just started writing in what my bills are going to be because, you know, hello January, we just began. And I'm really excited to see this in the overview so that it'll make things even much easier, that I can just kind of open this book and see where my finances are at each month. So it's not too late to get your 2023 planner, just saying. It's going to be linked in my description box, but you can hop on Amazon and get yours today. First, I'm going to give a little financial recap. Like I said before, budget was paid off. That was really exciting. I definitely overpaid in order to pay it off because I was still using the card at the same time, but that's what was working for me because I still had to pay my bills. Then I mentioned in October I had some fraud on my debit card, so I couldn't use it for a little bit of time and had to resort to my credit card. Actually, what that taught me was to finally get used to using my credit card and getting some points out of it, because honestly, that whole situation benefited me because I started to get the rewards and the points and the cash back and all of that from having to use my charge card. So now I am in a place where I do put more purchases other than my bills on my charge card, pay it off halfway through the month, and that way I avoid interest charges and I get some points out of it, which is really great. So that has been the main journey. Then later on I'll talk about my goals, but let's hop right into it. I'm just gonna spit the number out and then we're gonna figure out how I got there. This number is what I spent that you can see in the app. So in the app, I actually started it in March. So January and February aren't included. But from March to December, for the most part, give or take a couple purchases, I spent $53,713. I don't even know what to say to that. $53,000. That is, I've just never put two and two together. That is extreme to me, of course. I guesstimated the bills that I have, which I'm gonna run through with all that, added 2 months onto that, added a couple purchases of guessing of how much I spent in the months of January and February. And so I'm gonna say around 56K. I would honestly say it's probably like 56 or 57. Either way, these are hideous numbers. I'm vomiting at that. Like the fact that those are the expenses that are circulating around me is just mind-blowing. Now let's reel it back a bit and I'm gonna break down my bills because I think that's what's most important. I wasn't like living large off of all this money. A lot went to my bills, and I want to break down each category. But to sum it up, adding a little bit of space for margin of error, I spent $33K on bills. That's the expenses that I had for living in the city. I'm not adding in like shopping and transportation and all of that, but like all the bills of like living in my apartment, my electricity, my internet, my subscriptions, my health insurance, etc. For that year, that was $33K. That is also a hard number to like to just take in there. There's not much that I could do really on that, but that's just like the harsh reality. So let's break it down, because you know I love numbers. Let's break it down and see like, wait, what the heck? What are your bills? Let's figure that out. For 2022, my rent total for 12 months was $24K. My electricity fluctuates between like 35 and 39. I probably spent a little bit closer to 39 in the summer with the AC. Adding that up for a yearly total, that was $468. Internet, I pay just an internet fee, and that is about $56 a month, so that comes out to $675 for the year. Subscriptions, I've mentioned this in my other breakdown videos. I've got Netflix, I have Tidal, I have Amazon Prime, I have a casting website for my work and everything like that. That usually comes out to $63.11 to be exact. And so adding that up, that is $757.32 for the year. I don't have any cable. I sacrificed that and I will continue. That was the first thing that I was like, what you're not getting when you move into the city is gonna be cable. You'll still have a TV. I've got a Roku. I have a little satellite thing I think cost me $19, and many times the TV is like a little staticky, but there are other times where I can watch it all the way through. It really just kind of depends on the weather. There's no way I'm buying cable. I'm not spending that extra expense. I already knew that. I don't pay for gas in my apartment, which is really, really great. So for my cell phone, so in the beginning of the year, I had a different phone. I had about a $94 a month bill. You saw that video as well where I was trying to decide if I wanted to get the 14 or 14 Pro, but I wanted to keep my bill in the lower than $100 range or right around there. I was really adamant on that. Again, bills, keeping that important. So once I switched over my phone around, I don't remember, whenever the new phone came out, it went up to about $100. So as a total for the year, it came out to about $1,200. Now, health insurance, I pay quarterly, so I pay about $375 every couple months. The total of that ends up being $1,500. I'm like, wow, I remember the days of like free health insurance. Like those were good times. And I had a supplemental health insurance added on as well for dental because I thought it was gonna help me to keep the bill down. It did prior, but for whatever reason in the last year whenever I went to the dentist, it wasn't really doing anything. So I decided to cancel it going forward, but that was an extra $90 per quarter, so $360 for the year. That total was about $28K in bills. I added in a little bit for the times that I was paying off the credit card bill. So I might be like a little bit off, but I think it is about $33K. But yeah, so my bills are a lot. Like when I look at this, where could I budge if I wanted to make an impact? And other than taking the dental insurance off, there's nothing really else that I would sacrifice. These are all like, to me, the basics. The only big thing would be like if my rent lowered, which let's just put it out there. If the Housing Connect for New York City wants me to win the housing lottery, that would be amazing. I actually found a couple other wait lists to add on that are in the city that I really, really would love to live in. So keep crossing your fingers for me that would be my future because we don't want me to have to pay so much rent. And just so you know, my rent did go up, so ugly cry moment. So what did I do with the rest of that other money? I had it for leisure, right? Well, no, I still had like other bills. So transportation, my Metro card, Ubers, Lyfts, traveling out to Long Island or Jersey or coming late from work, or like this morning I had to film something on-air modeling again, hence all the makeup and the lashes. We were on Fox today and I was gonna miss the bus. I had to take a taxi up, and let me just say, for example, to understand how New York City and the expenses are, I went like 30-ish blocks or so. It was $8 for the ride, but then all the surcharges and taxes brought it out to $15. So that's what I mean when I'm like, the money just like flies away. But I needed that because I was gonna be late. Shopping, adding in my groceries, I added in laundry, you know, like just little things that kind of just add up. Going out to eat, which I wanna get better at. And then it's also stuff for my career, studio rentals, dance classes, vocal lessons, workshops, acting classes, like that all does add up. And that's something that I do take note of when I'm doing my taxes, to kind of write that off or hope that that gets something back. But these are expenses that I have to do as part of my career. As artists, we have to funnel out a lot. It just kind of, it is what it is. And that, I'm so glad I chose this business. I am happy, I don't know if that's the right word, but I'm a little bit relieved knowing that majority of it is bills. I know that's not like a good thing, but it's better than that being the case than like, oh, you spend a lot of money, you need to stop shopping. Because I just didn't in general. For the majority of the year, I was doing the no spend during the week, unless it was like a Metro card or whatever, no eating out during the week, and I just did everything on the weekends. After November, like November, December, I definitely was spending during the week. So it's like holiday gifts, holiday parties, going out with friends, just, you know, enjoying my life, which I said I leave a margin for that. I am very excited though to start this week off, the first week of January, without doing that. So going into my goals, I am kickstarting that Monday to Friday, no spending. I'm not trying to order any food. I'm not trying to have food out on the go, unless it's some sort of special random occasion. I'm not trying to buy anything. I'm actually about to go and donate some of my bedding and some of my clothes and stuff to declutter a little bit. Setting aside money for some of the jobs that I have that didn't take taxes out. You got to keep that in mind as well. Keeping with it and tracking, I'm going to continue tracking on the Every Dollar app. I'm going to continue using my planner, which I'm really excited about. It's nice to just write down initially what these bills are going to be. It's nice to also see what bills I've already paid, like my health insurance and stuff. I don't have to put that in for January because it's already been paid. Where are y'all on your financial journey? Do you have any goals for the new year? Are you saving up for something? Are you setting aside money for a house, setting aside for a big purchase? Did you have a wild financial year last year? I highly recommend tracking your expenses. I feel like it's so helpful to know, and it's just kind of something to keep in the back of your mind, especially if you do have a goal, but just in general to know where you are. That is where I'm at. Curious to see where y'all are at. And, you know, back to New Year's in general and what you can expect from me from 2023. We are gonna keep on rocking with the budget lifestyle videos. I really enjoy talking about budget and finances, so definitely gonna be continuing with that. I do have a fun question for y'all because I have been so easily influenced as well, and I wanna know, what are y'all thinking about the walking pad? Do y'all know what's going on with that? These foldable and portable treadmills that you can have at home that are like super tiny. I'll like insert a photo or something. And you can just be like walking on your downtime. If you work from home, you could be walking while you work. Mostly why I would want it is because I love the idea of like walking and watching TV. Not laying on the couch and watching TV, but if I was just walking a little bit, you're like, oh, well then that easily doesn't become lazy. We love that. So I'm thinking about a video for it. Let me know how y'all feel. The cheapest though, if we're talking budget, the cheapest that I did see, it's about $250, which I mean, for 10 months of going to the gym, $25 a month is my membership. That would be $250. Let me know what y'all think. If you're like, I definitely want to see if a walking pad is worth it. I'm curious. One thing that I have noticed right off the bat, if you happen to be already interested in it, is that you want to make sure you know what the width is going to be of the walking pad, because I already saw that some of them are small, and so if you're like have to walk like this, I mean that's not really comfortable. So definitely keeping in mind on that. You know, I'm always here to test things out for y'all. Maybe from the different blenders we now move to walking pads. Cheers to more savings, having more money, manifesting more opportunities for money, and just growth. So thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.